Hello. Okay, it's Tuesday night. It's 11:24 p.m. Yes, it is. You can notice on my black and white on here. Episode 589, late night. It is late night. And in 35 minutes, it's going to be early morning. So you're either working all night, shift, or you're an insomniac, or you're a maniac listening to Jimmy. Hey, you know what that is? That's a money tree. My kid's got it on his desk. Yeah. Sales manager at Lexus. Jam Lexus. Yep, there you go. You know what that is? Exam 16-1. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I've got to take, I'm working on my continuing education. Sorry to say. Yeah. That's it. I'm working through it. I'm halfway done. Yeah. They're really tricky with the words. They're not as tricky as the state of Florida, but they get tricky. You know, if you're on a borderline of passing, you don't want to miss one of these and have to do it again. But they send you another exam booklet and another exam. Same stuff, just, continuing ed exam 16-2. Anyway, I'll work on that tomorrow. See if I can finish that up. And then here is my official Mega Millions combination lock. Scotch tape. Or some kind of tape. It's probably 3M tape. Yeah, and inside here is a lottery ticket. There it is. There's some numbers on it. Oh, Facebook just disappeared. I knew it. I didn't warn everybody, but hey, you probably got it figured out by now. I could put it. Go here. And right. Oops. Yeah, you've probably seen this. There we go. Look at that. Look it. All right. Copy. And then I'm going to go to Facebook. And they're going to say, what's on your mind? All right, I'll tell you what's on my mind. Oh, don't tell me. There it is. On air now. Yeah. All right, get rid of that. And next, We're going to post it to everybody. I'm already on there. I'm telling everybody to go to YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Last night they hung right in there for an hour and 45 minutes. Can you believe it? Or the night before, whenever episode 588. Yeah. Okay. Now we got that. No, no dog. No dog. No, down. Nope. We've had enough snuggle bunny. All right, so someone, heck, it could even be us. Could even be usins. Who knows? I'm not gonna check my ticket. All right, so we gotta come over here and do this, just like that. Plus I got 2,800 pixels this way. So this is like half of it, it's 1,400 pixels. And 1,400 pixels on each side. All right. This is a $120 million rollover from last Friday to this Tuesday. Yeah, 11 o'clock. The numbers have already been drawn. I have them. I have them. Hello, where are you? Okay. Here we go. Mega Millions. There it is. Right in the middle of your screen. There are the numbers. 17, 21, 24, 57, 69, Mega Millions ball 12. Okay. Let's brighten that up a little bit. Hit the print screen. There we go. It says not available. And what that means is they are searching through all their computer stuff to try to figure out if there's a grand prize winner. Save the photos. Because if there's not, and it rolls over again. That'd be, I guess, at least 130 million, maybe more. As people decide, as people modify, amplify, solidify their betting. My dog is having. What are you doing? Get out of here. Go. Let's go. Girl's got to. She's very patriotic to whatever's going on. I think that's an Italian flag, but don't bet on it. All right, $120 million rollover. If you elect the lump sum, my calculation is that it would be around 54,290,000, right by the green dot there and the red arrow there, right there. The reason why I see the number, because that's the previous, the April 10th numbers. This is the 14th. For the next 25 minutes. So there you go. If you, Jimmy, if you are the sole winner, I'm not giving financial advice because I'm talking to myself. Self. Don't be alarmed, folks. It's a Diet Coke. Yeah. In my 20-ounce mug. 54,290,000. Now, that's not what will end up in your checkbook, because the mighty arm of Uncle Sam is going to take 24% of that, which is almost a quarter, right? Yeah. They're like 12 million. You're going to whack it out, and then you're left with 41,260,000. Now, that number right there is what's going to go in your checkbook. Yeah, that goes in your checkbook. 41,260,000. Ouch. Now, Jimmy, don't forget that you're going to be in the maximum tax bracket, because if you made $54 million, the number you have to put on an item 1H on your tax form, line 1H. It's kind of like a miscellaneous lottery thing. That's what goes in line 1H. Yep. Because 41,260,000 now, after the withholding tax of 24%, you're left with a mere 41,260,000. Wow. Poor baby. Now, don't forget, since you're in the maximum tax bracket of 37%, they've already grabbed 24%. You're liable to have to pay another 13%. That's 7,057,000. Therefore, your jackpot after all federal taxes is really 34,202,000. But they're going to put this. You got that TD bank account? They're going to put that right in your TD bank account, Jimmy. Hey, no biting. So 7,057,000 is going to disappear. And then you have the 34,202,000. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, there we go. So you gotta put that in the side pocket somewhere, which is going to earn you, 4% interest when you do your taxes in April 2027. They've already got 24%. They're going to want this 7 million, and believe me, they might send someone to the house. You write them a personal check and then mail it to them. So 34,202,000 is what you'll be left with after that, because you're going to put that in a separate account, and it's going to be 7,057,057, yeah. So here we go. We're going to clear that. 7,057,000. That's it. Times 0.04 equals $282,000 in interest over the year. So what the heck? You don't let that disappear. Oh, that's what you do. So that 7,057,000 would grow to 7,330,000 round numbers. Yeah. Anyway, so there's $280,000 worth of interest. Yeah, I believe that's yours. Fine. Where we are. So if you do the lump sum, that 120 million kind of shrinks down to 34,202,000. Now, if you're stupid enough to claim your ticket before you change your residence to Florida, Tennessee, or Texas, you're probably going to pay another $7 million in state income tax, which is going to bring that down to $27 million. So do you want $34 million or $27 million? Yeah, it's not very complicated. Oops, I have it. One of my computers is telling me what to do. Well, whoops, then the alternative is, that's interesting. Gee, it went full screen on me. The other thing you could do, yeah, sorry about that. You may want the annuity. 1,806,000. It's a 30 payment annuity. This you get day one, just like you would get that day one. That goes right into your checkbook. Move 7,057,000 into a separate account, interest bearing with 4%, and you'll earn $280,000, 282 over the 12 months, because your taxes are due, on April 15th of 2027. So 54 million reduces to that because of the 24% withholding. You're going to pay them another 7,057,000, brings it down to 34,202. Yeah. The alternative is 1,806,000 gross before the 24%. That's also, I believe that's subject to the 24% withholding, although I'm not sure because it's an annuity payment, and that might not be considered a lottery payment. I don't know. 1,806,000. You'll have to ask your tax advisor, which Jimmy, which you're not. No. There we go. Let's go to this one. There we go. So the 1,806,000, that's day one. 1 year from then, you're going to get another check for 1,896,000.
11:45.
And then a year after that, you're going to get $1,991,000. Round numbers. It keeps growing by 5% every year. And when you add them all up, you're going to end up with 120 million. But you get it in 30 pieces, 30 chunks. The net present value of the future cash flows is equal to 54,290,000, which that's what you're going to get if you lump sum it. And if you lump sum it, you have to tell them within 60 days from the draw date, or you can't lump sum it. Okay? The jackpot lump sum, the payout before all federal taxes, is the net present value of the future cash flows. Yeah, the present value of the future cash flows. That's called the net present value. 54,290. That's what goes on line 1H. I even found it on the tax forms. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Why? Because I was doing my taxes on TurboTax. Yep. Where's line 1H? That's not it. Did that not hit my favorites? Let's go to library. Collections, yeah, collections. Recently saved. Let's try that. How did I do all that work on there? There it is. And it was not in the favorites. Line 1H. Right there. On 1040 form. Created on 9/5/25. Just in time for tax time. That's where it goes, I believe. Yep. Line 1H. Terrible problem to have to deal with that. I just did my kid's taxes. He got back $44. Yeah. Yeah, not a big deal, but it's better than that. Yeah, I mean, he paid in withholdings on his paycheck. Yeah. As certified A1. You know what? Yes, sorry, Bob. Someone sent me that song. Yeah. Someone sent me that sign, yeah. You gotta wait till like midnight or something. Let's take a look at what the hell. Close it out. Yeah. Now let's do it again. Load it fresh. Not available. If it goes to 50 million, that means someone won 120 million. Yeah. Yeah. That's what goes. Turn this up on it. Yeah. Can't only see it there. That's it. This is the 14th. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see a number in there, so we'll close that out. We'll check that back in a few minutes. Got lunch with my friend Bill tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, Bill. Yeah. Prominent real estate developer Bill. All right, my numbers spreadsheet chart is ready for updating. I have to be very careful. I'll just leave that in the background. I'll go back over here to one of those, because that's what kind of controls my verbosity. Sometimes I get intoxicated with the verbosity, with my own verbosity. Yeah. So this is interesting. Amazon just bought the satellite internet company known as Leo, and it's a satellite system that Apple has contracted with for its SOS, and probably time, keeps track of the time, submits it to all the watches. I don't know, maybe it has several satellite companies. I kind of doubt it. You know, you pick how many satellite companies are there? And to the point where you like it so much that you have a satellite system with somebody. And Amazon buys the whole company. So now Apple is dealing with Amazon to find out what the hell time of day it is. Or the SOS system. I think I'd be looking for a new provider. Yeah, I paid $150 out to my housekeeper, Erica. Does a magnificent job. This guy is a train wreck. Let's shadows. Take them down. We go up all the way on black, and we manage the color. Yeah, color is good right about there. This is the Tuesday, April 14. That's today. This is the cover for that day. The New York Post. It's like it's a newspaper magazine. You know, they sell for $2 a piece. Read all about it. You know, read all about it. Swalwell resigns from Congress. And he resigns from the trying to be governor of the state of California. Swinburne. Oh, God. There you go. Zoran's first city-run grocery store will cost the taxpayer a whopping $30 million. What happened to that free grocery store? Guess it ain't so free. Yeah. La Marqueta. La Marqueta. The small market. Yeah. $30 million. That's what it costs. And that's called a free. That's called a state operated, not state, you know, it's the mayor of the city of New York operating a grocery store costs the taxpayer $30 million. Critics were aghast yesterday that one of Mayor Mondami's city-run groceries under the train tracks in eastern Harlem will cost $30 million to refurbish in an area that already has a number of food stores. Oh crap! That's just the refurbishing cost. Like putting in refrigerators and stuff like that. Yeah. You got to keep them veggies chilled a little bit, or else they go bad. $30 million refurbishing. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Scary. These politicians, they get in there and they make promises. And the uninformed electorate, yeah, put them in. Yeah, that sounds good. Bullshit. Oops, excuse me. It's almost midnight. The young'uns have to be already in. Excuse me, though. That's not a nice word. That is certified AI. You know what? Let's do a. No, we want to hit the three dots there and hit duplicate. All right, where to duplicate it? Well, we duplicated it at the front. Yeah, we're going to duplicate it again. Duplicate. We're going to duplicate the duplicate. Now, I guess, yeah, so we're going to crop it. We're just going to call it certified. Yeah, we're just going to call it certified AI. You know what? That's for the younger audience during the daytime shows. And this one is going to be, I'm going to duplicate it again. And this is going to be cropped just to, yeah, right there. You're going to catch this right in the nip of the foot. There we go. Yeah. There we go. You see it in color. Yeah. So I cropped out the certified. And there I cropped out the bottom part of that. Yeah. Then we go. And there's the full sign. Yeah. Ouch. Stupid dog. Clip me. Yeah. Put some of this on there. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. That'll kill a few of the germs that follow the puppy dog's mouth. Sure, it's extensive. Ouch. Yeah. It hurts a little bit, but it's alcohol, so it tend to kill the surface skin. It's a squirter. Let's see.
It's 12 o'clock.
And I'm spraying it with alcohol since this is officially annoying me to no end. God, these animals have really sharp teeth. Wow. All right. Oh, that scratch goes like that. Ouch, 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 ouch. So I told you, I'm working on my extension class. Ooh, that's a lot of fun. Yeah. What is that exactly? Well, I'll show you. I have this shrunk up a little bit, yeah. Oh, didn't the booklets come? Sure they did. No. Crapola. All right. Anyway, I sent the booklets to myself. Let's see if it's in, yeah, let's see if it's in, what's it called? I have the booklet online anyway. So, but yeah, I like the booklet, so I can like mark where the answer is in the booklet. A lot of the questions you can find the answer like word for word in the text of the booklet. You just have to find it. So I downloaded the electronic, the PDF file, hoping I could search the PDF file for certain key words that'll lead me to try to find the answer to the question. Anyway, so tomorrow I'll reread I've gone through the first 20 questions. So I'm about 80% on the first 20. So that's 16. So I'm halfway done. Because I got the last 10, and I've got a portion. I got 4 or 5 questions in the first 20 that I haven't researched to the point where I'm comfortable with an answer. So many cases, I've gotten the answer down to, you eliminate 2 of the answers that make no sense whatsoever. If you have a little bit of competence in the topic, that's always helpful. All right, let's see. We're 60. I don't know if you can see this. Should be able to. 58% waste drawer, and the litter level is optimal. Let's take a look we can actually view that in the cameras. They have 2 cameras inside the poop machine. One shoots straight out, See, there's a TV on in the room. It's shooting in such an area where you won't see, you know, body parts. All right, here we go. We're going to look at the other camera. That is the litter part for this. This is the. I can actually expand that view. The boy cat has a problem with getting in there all the way. And there's like an internal shelf and some of his fecal material hangs up on the side of that little shelf. But that's the litter, yeah. It's about 14 inches across. Yeah, you know, they can dig and bury their excrement as necessary. Yep. That's the other camera, and that is the other camera. Can you believe it? Only in America can you have a litter box that's remotely accessible, you know, from anywhere in the world. Yeah, that's far enough. All right, so I got my tax returns done. I got Daniel's tax return done. I got Brennan's tax return. They're all filed. Got them all done by today, which was the, yeah, it takes, you know, a third of a day. You know, if you got 2 good hours, 3 times, that's 2, 4, 6. That's 6 good hours a day. You know, so I got 2 hours it took me to do Brennan's. It took me like 3 hours to do Daniel's. And it took me 3 days, 3 2-hour sessions, if you will, to do my personal Marilyn and Jim's tax return. Yeah. Oh, there's the booklet right there. Okay, let's just do this. Here is, oh, look at that. 6 days ago, there's yep, that's King Charles. She asked, yeah, it sure the heck is. Huh. I wonder what that means. Now on iPhone. Go to your app store. $90 Gemini, you get pay what? Okay, let's see what they say. $6.99. What's the deal? All right. So we'll learn how to do we'll have to figure out how to turn it on and everything. Make money No thanks. All right, I guess I'll have to figure that out. I'll do that another day. Anyway, here's my Gold Coast, Florida Gold Coast quick start guide. I got the whole darn shooting match here. I hit that button and I would send it. Jim L usually comes up with the right spot, and then I can just hit that button right there. And now that should be in my message. There it is. PDF right there. That is now a PDF file. Oh, that. It's magical, right? How fast this, all this stuff is. We're going to just shrink that down. And, yeah. Not too sure what that is. Oh, yeah. Register now. I think this is what I got. The correspondence version. You can download the booklet and print it. Complete a paper exam. Here to download a copy of the book. That's what I did. Let's go back to my photo album. Oh, it's 12:15. Let's try the lottery again. See if not available yet. Another 15 minutes, it'll be available. We'll know if it's still on one or not. You can actually go through. There's tens of thousands of tickets that people bought. And matching the numbers to see if the grand prize winner. Who's? Yes. Someone's going to win it sooner or later. Yeah, that's what I'm told. That's what they tell me. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Messenger, it's there. Facebook ad. So isn't it interesting that Leo, that controls the Apple SOS system, and probably a bunch of other stuff. That's why we did deal with more than one satellite company. You know how many These satellite companies, would there be? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Do not tell me. I got Brendan's driver's license there because the way you sign and document your tax return on TurboTaxes, you got to be licensed and the date it was issued and the date it expires and all and photo ID. Because you don't actually sign it, and no one actually saw you sign it. So you go through a couple steps and then you have your special digital code, which I know what that is. Yes, sir, Bob. Yeah, that's I think where you put your lottery winnings in there. You can offset it by your lottery losses, but you should have some kind of proof of it, like you wrote your tickets. You don't keep your bad tickets. You know. But if you win the jackpot, the hell with it. Yeah, with 100 and excuse me, how many millions was that? It was a lot less than 120 million. It's like 28%. Yeah, you know, by the time you do the lump sum, you know, the net present value of the cash flows, that brings you down to 54 million, is it? Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. $54,290,000, yeah. Which you never see light of day on that, but you're gonna get the 41,260,000. That's going in my checkbook. If I were the winner, that's what I'd have to call my branch manager and say, oh, by the way, Tilly, that is not a typo. That's coming in tomorrow, 41 million into my checkbook. I'll be spreading it around a little bit. I'm going to create a few more bank accounts at TD Bank. Yeah. Move that 7,057,000 over for starters. If you'll pay me 4%. Otherwise, it's going to Truist because they'll pay 4%. I want that $282,000. Yeah. Do I have a calculator handy, or do I already? There it is. 282,280. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lump sum. This is the 120 million, the bottom one there by the green dot. Jackpot lump sum payout before all federal taxes. The net present value is, what is the net present value? It's the present value of the future cash flows. Yeah. It starts out with the payment of, there's of course you get that day one, so I guess that's the future cash flow. A year from then, you get another payment, which is, even bigger. Where's that? I got one of them that shows 3. There it is. There's 120. There's 120, right? Excuse me for all the other lotteries and the previous 8. This is the 8th. It rolled over 7 times. Started off at 50 million, now it's at 120. So 50 million is the first one, right? Yeah. So we're on the bottom. So it's 1 through 8, see? You wouldn't call it 8 rollovers. It started off at 50. And that rolled over to 60. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 7 rollovers to get to the 120 million, yeah. Each step is even 10 million so far, for some reason. Yeah. 54,290,000 shrinks to 41,260,000 because of the 24% withholding tax. Then, Jim, I'm alerting you. You're going to have to pay another 7,057,000 in round numbers because you have to pay the other 13%. So surely you're going to be in this 37% tax bracket. I should create an identity and just put this 54 million in line 1H and just see what the steps are and how that comes out. Yeah. It's a drone company. This is the Platinum. The drones. I have a little one here. That's 250 grams. So you don't need licensing because it's so small and inconsequential. Yeah, it is kind of small, but it's got a great camera on it. So Swalwell, he's Swalwell, SWAL, Swalwell. He's being investigated by the Manhattan DA's office for sexual assault allegations. That may be the lady that we saw on TV earlier today, live, with her attorney, saying that this guy slipped her a Mickey, and she became inconsequential. And when she woke up, he was on top of her. I don't know. How weird is that to be? Making out with a passed out, drugged, jeez. All right, we're talking about the Masters now. Remember, there are 2 reasons. Yeah, there's two effects of the Masters that you have to be mindful of. The prestige of winning. Yeah, so no one ever remembers the second place guy, Yeah. So Rory got back-to-back Masters. There are only 4 people. He's, I guess, one of the 4. That did at some time do back-to-back. I mean, it took him 18 years to win his first one, so, you know, I mean, back to back. That means 2 years in a row he won the Masters. Well, if you won the Masters Sunday, which Rory did, Rory McIlroy, there he is, Ireland, number 1. Scotty Scheffler was number 2, which you'll never hear about that. He was at minus 11. He was 11 under par for 4 rounds ago. Rory was 12. 1 putt. 1 putt. And if you review the tapes, the electronic digital tapes of the broadcast, which I could play it back. I've got them recorded on my Funkin' Wagnalls. 1 putt. And Scotty missed a couple. The ball just rolled over the edge. It almost went in, and you could see the ball just almost went in the cup. Yeah, but it didn't. Well, that's called a $2,070,000 $2,070,000 difference. That's a $2 million putt. A $2 million putt. That thing had dropped in. You would have had a playoff, you know, and then, yeah, who knows who wins in a playoff. Yeah. Yeah, you can always, you can win or lose in a playoff. Depends, you know, you gotta, you know, they play hole number 18 again. So 4.5 million. So there's 2 reasons why. Yeah, there's 2 reasons with these tournaments. Yeah, it's 2 important factors. One is the prestige of winning it. Yeah. I mean, that ain't hay. That's important. Yeah, I won the Masters. Oh, I got second place in that. Yeah. No one remembers second place. Yeah. Except the tax man. But, you know, Scotty walks off with $2.4 million before taxes. I did a little calculation, you know, and you know, he pays his caddy a certain amount of money, and then he has this little entourage. You know, his parents came, so you pay for the air tickets, and hotel, you pay for that. So there's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's say $100,000 spent in hotel rooms and plane tickets and all that. Because you don't know if you're going to win or not, you know, so kind of got to have your parents there in case you do win. Or they don't, you know, or they're not there, you know. One of the kids is sick, and you just can't go. Yeah. So, $2 million putt. Now here, if you made the putt between 277 and 278, let's see, that's $1.4 million putt. Woo! $1.4 million. Yeah. Jeez. So here's the $2 million putt, then drops to $1.4 million putt. You come down here in like the 7th or 8th place.
It's 12:30.
All these people tied for 7. Let's see all the -9s or the -10s. It would be when there's 4 -10s. Cameron Young, so forth. What do they got? They got 1,000,000. Yeah, they got the 1,080,000. So if you drop down to the next tier, 300,000 later, you see then it's 100,000. Yeah, gets down to I only a paltry 182,000. I dropped out. I stopped. It's like the 24th place. I just print screened the top 24. Sorry, folks. You can see them calling Morikawa. Sam Burns, he was way up there, looking like he was threatening. Got in trouble. So Scotty climbed up, and he's, Russell Hanley, Justin Rose, Cameron Young, they fell back. And Scheffler got a putt, got to -11. And -11, he's your 2,000,000 for. Yeah. Now, if there were 4 players, you got 1, 2, 3. There's 3. So if Scotty was in there, you would add those 3,000,000 together. That's 3,000,000, 4, 5,000,000, 4. See, and then you divide 5,000,000 4 by 4 instead of 3. It's like 1,000,003. So when you go from here to here, it's in a sense it's $1,000,000 putt, but it's actually a little less because you're gonna be in at -10. So you add the 1,080,000, you add those 4 to the 2,440,000. That's 4, 5, 6 million. All right, let's just do it. 1080 times 4 equals plus 6,720,000. So now you divide that by 5. Yeah, 1,340,000. So going back to what I was saying, right there. So 1,340,000 is different than 2,440,000. Yeah, it's $1,000,000 putt. If he was -10 instead of -11, that's $1,000,000 putt. Yep. And if you didn't get, if you were at -12, you can't tie for first. They want a winner. Yeah. That's 4,005. All right, let's go back to the lottery. See, there you go. You see, Friday the 17th, it's 130 million now. All right, so we're gonna go to here, winning numbers, Mega Millions. There's the numbers with the circles. See, I want those. Yeah, no one won the million. the 120 million, sorry. Still in the lottery central here. There we go. I slide this over. And slide this one over. Like that. There you go. Good. Yeah, I want to see the distance between the circles on the 17 to 21. That's the distance I want between the bottom and the bottom, and the top and the top. And this is a little too close. Right there. And then that fits in the spreadsheet properly. All right, you're watching this. This is exactly how I do it. Now I save it. I have to save it. Now I created a photo out of that. It's 130. Yeah, it rolls over to 130 million. That's what they said. Okay, so now we're going to go to photos. And let me go back to recently saved. It's right here. Now I'm going to edit it because it's not wide enough. Whoops. Hey, come here. Come here. Yeah. Yeah, watch out for those cats. Yeah, watch out for those cats. Stay right here. There. Cats roam around at night and attack it. Yeah. All right, so do that. Then I come here, make that a little brighter. Over here and turn the black point up all the way. Color, I gotta intensify that so that yellow stands out. Now there's a trick with one of these where I turn this exposure up 13% or so, yeah. Just like that. Save it. See if that's why now we're going to go to our spreadsheet. On numbers, there we go. There's the spreadsheet. And instead of rollover, which we're going to cut. Now I'm gonna go to this right here and hit the up arrow and say copy. I'm gonna go back to the spreadsheet and hit paste. Allow paste. Bingo! And it is white enough. You can see it's a nice white characteristic. There we go. Now what we do, copy that. Whoops. Paste. There we go. So this one is 120. Get rid of that 1, put a 2 there. And what did the lottery say? home page. 130 million. Just double check that. I knew it was a $10 million step, but you know, you want to be careful. So double click that, change that to a 3. And here, copy. What the hell is that? What is that? I don't know what even that is. Copy. Paste it. Whoops. I don't know why. Look at that. Yeah, we want it right in the middle, just like that. Center in the middle. Okay. So now from here, what I do, I know it's never simple, but it's a lot easier than setting up all the, the equation that's underneath that 1,806,000. Choke a horse. It took me 2 weeks to figure out that equation. All right, so we're going to, right from this cell all the way over, going over. Come on. There we go. All 29 of those columns, whoops, right to there. We're going to copy and paste it right there. There you go. And I'm going to copy that one to there. Yeah, that is the grand prize for the 30 million, 130 million. My God, 130 million. See all those rows, how that grows? The bottom, right there. Yeah, it grows and grows and grows. My God. Yeah, the last payment's 8 million. And it's off by $332. You see, I would have, if you add up that whole row of numbers, it adds up to 130,332. So you just take it out of the last payment. So instead of $1,000,054, it'd be $1,000,053. 991. Take away, that number right there, and that would be what the last, if I was running the lottery, which of course I'm not. Just make that perfectly clear. This is just Jimmy's mathematical exercise. Yeah. So now we've got a $130 million lottery thing going here. So here's where it started at 50 million. And yeah, it grew to, yeah. So we had 9 attempts. Well, we've had 8 attempts. It rolled over to the 9th try, which hasn't been done yet. That'll be done on Friday the 17th. Which is 2 calendar days from today, because this is Wednesday already. See, I told you by 11:30, 11:45, or 12:45. It takes about an hour and a half for them to figure that out. And no one won it, so now they can say the grand prize has escalated to 130 million. So you can see it's $10 million steps all the way. That's the first time I've seen that. Let me show you. And prior, this I go back to December 3, when that rolled back to $50 million start. And there's all the numbers. Yeah, there's my doggy. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. There I got that little. Look at this. Beautiful little dog. Yeah. Yeah, you're a sweetie. Yes, you are. But you see, 125. It went from 100, instead of 120, it went to 125. Then it went to 138, 157, you know? So there weren't even $10 million steps past 100 million. It went up actually 15 million. So I guess because of, all the holiday people in various sunshine states. Anyway, so it looks like a lot of work. I mean, because this, when you do it, every other day, because it's twice a week. That's why I did the Mega Millions. Powerball's 3 times a week. I don't want to do that. That's too much, for sure. So let's just that gives the full view of the entire series. So if someone wanted to see, I draw a line when it turns over to a new set, and I redo the numbers. Like here we're at 1 through 9. Yeah, I restart that. All right, I need to see if I can do a print screen here. Got it. Because I'm holding the dog with one arm. Yes, I'm holding my puppy because he's getting eaten up by the mean old cats. So we'll go ahead and save that. Now it's a photo. Now I'm going to gracefully get out of this. Yeah. Because with touchscreen, you can really, you can load up a spreadsheet real fast. So now if you just want to see stuff, now let's see it. Print screen right there. Put a heart on it because now it's a favorite. Now we're going to fine tune the cropping. Looks like I got some white stuff on the edge over here. Let's get that right there. And we have a little mess up there in the corner. So we're going to clean up. So I have to clean, it's ready. So we're going to come over here and get rid of this S. Whoop, that didn't work well. Gone, okay. Let's try it. Oops, no good there. Clean up, oh boy. I'm not on cleanup anymore. This tool is not the best. I'm sorry, Dad, the dog. Who are you? Okay, all right. Yes. There we go. So now we got a picture we can do anything we want with. And maybe you'll expand a bit. Here's the first lottery payment. Yeah. You can take the annuity. And if you go jackpot lump sum, $58 million lump sum payment. Almost 59 million. 44 million. 695. That's what goes in the checkbook. And you have to put 7,600,000 in the side pocket because you got to pay that other 13%. federal income tax because you're in surely if you made 58 million, which your tax return would have to show on line 1H, which I've shown you. 58, I assume there's enough ones and zeros to put a $58 million number in that spot. That would certainly surprise TurboTax. Yeah. I'll have to create a John Q. Public, just an entity after tax day. Today is tax day, so do it tomorrow when most of the finalists will be done with TurboTax. No. I don't want to be in there stressing the system with. I just want to see what the FIT would be. I mean, we know that 24% is going to be withheld. Yeah. Oh, you sleepy puppy dog. Yes, you are. See little white paws on this little angel. Yeah. You scratch me with your tooth. It went all the way down my hand. Ouch. I took a Sudafed and a histamine. So that'll help with this injury. If you got some histamine running around in your blood system. All right. We've been yakking here an hour and a half. I guess I'm done. It's almost 1 a.m. Dog wants to sleep. So I'm gonna, I guess that episode, I have to go full screen on this. Yeah. Episode 589. It'll be 590. Woo! See you later, sports fans. You can see I got my puppy in my arm here. I'm gonna have to go in the bathroom because I gotta go pee pee in the pop up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to her for the rest of the night. Make sure those big black cats. I got 2 cats and they'll swat her. She got swatted apparently, and they growl, so it's because this guy's Mr. Fun. He wants to play. Sometimes the cat does not want to play. Play? Get out of my face. Yeah. All right, let's turn off this big one. And turn off this one. The elapsed timer. We're about Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Remember Jimmy Durante? Of course you don't. He would stand in the studio with 2 spotlights on him. Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are, his wife apparently passed away before he did. He was like 80 something on television. Yeah. All right. So I have to go full screen on this, which then I'm going to turn the mic off and turn Epidemic up full volume. Bye-bye.